Everybody, welcome back. We're gonna do ISOLA, chapter one. And this is a trade paperback that I have my eyes on it for a while. Has 5 issues rolled into one, and there's also a volume two that I already have read, and I wanted to talk about this one. So, what is this all about? This is more like a how do you say, European style fantasy book, but not really 100% European because there's, like I said, like I said, I haven't said anything. But the field that I have, it's a mix between, not story, but more like arts geared towards the American market, but also have European style influences. Maybe that's the right word. I'm gonna take a sip of water because I'm a little bit sick, so give me a second. So, thanks. So, what is this all about? This is about a captain of the Queen's guards walking or, have an adventure with a tiger with neon colors. But what it is that the tiger is basically the Queen of Mar, and somehow she has been transformed into a tiger with neon colors. And going back to what I said earlier about what I think is geared towards the American market, I think the book is, when it comes to visuals, very accessible. It has nice colors. It has great looking characters. The only thing that I wish, and that's probably one of my only criticisms of maybe a few that I have, is that I think that the creature designs is a little bit too safe. And with that, I mean, it's a tiger, but with neon colors. I mean, if this is a fantasy book, I would have, changed the look of the creature into something way more exotic. But I can talk about that later, maybe in another volume two or something. But as of here, so basically, Queen of Mar is called Olwyn, and the Rook is try to find a place called Isola, because on Isola there is something that can transform the Queen back to normal. Well, how is that possible that she is being how do you say transformed? Well, I'm going to talk about a little bit later. So basically, there are. Well, I cannot talk about everything, of course, because there's 5 chapters. Otherwise, the video would be way too long. But let's say the Rook and the Queen or the Tiger has a turbulent connection with each other. It seems there is a lot of friendship, maybe more than that, maybe a romantic situation between the Queen and the Rook. Although Rook is a soldier because they pulled her out from the mud apparently, and then she is somehow being, transformed into the Queen, the royal guard for the Queen. So there's a story behind that, and also they are getting hunted by bandits, and apparently there's also a war between another country and the country of Mar. Because the Queen has disappeared from the land, and nobody knows what's going on, and they think that the other country has something to do with it. So they are, going to war with the other country, and there's soldiers all over the land going there, and there's other places. So there's a lot of story elements going on. I like that. I must say the visuals are very beautiful. There's also dreamlike elements from one section to another. There are some dangers. There's also, some friends. And here she see something. So the Queen of Mar, the Olwyn, the tiger, has visions about something, and we don't know what it is. It doesn't really get explained, but it's intriguing. So Rook is going to this destroyed place, this destroyed city, who is part of Mar, and Basically, she is telling the tiger, because the tiger can understand so but cannot talk back. Stay here. I'm gonna look for food and supplies. And as you can see here again, the colors are very beautiful. The art style is gorgeous. She finds a girl, and she's very shy. And she has like weird hands. There's something going on with her, and then she's getting chased away by this guy. And this guy is, I don't know, some acquaintance from the past, and he's stationed here for whatever reason, maybe because of the war, and maybe he's on the lookout. And but then he talks with her and try to convince her to stay, because probably he's lonely. But then he made a mistake. He says to her, I saw you both up there, up the horn, you and that animal you're traveling with. I could be persuaded to forget you were there. And then Roxy says, oh man, that was a mistake. And he says, I knew I'd kill her. And what does he mean with that? Well, that's going to be explained a little bit later. Then, out of nowhere, wolf monsters come and rips him apart. And then he gets from this girl, who was probably a transformed or is a wolf girl. Let's say there's a lot of creatures with human-like features, but they are also animal. And she gives her a book, maybe to, the book to the place where she needs to go. I'm not entirely sure. But then they are getting hunted by bandits, and the bandits, discovers her, and the tiger is gone at this point. And the leader of the... God, it just looks so good. Oh yeah, this is one of the dream states I talk about. So the leader of the pack of the bandits knows Rook, and he knows that the tiger is the queen. In the meantime, the tiger is going with a old man, and this old man is more like Yoda from Star Wars, because he also talks like that, and he guides her to a place for whatever reason. And Rook is getting hostage, but she escapes, finds the village that the tiger is in, Alwyn, and she's getting shot. And also another dream state here. Again, the colors changes frequently. And there's also a flashback to the past, how Alwyn transforms into a tiger. And it seems that her brother, who wants that Alwyn wants to get married to the leader and the king of the other, other country. And she said, listen, I don't want that, and you were instigating, what do you want? And then somehow, for whatever reason, he mumbles inside, and then he transforms her into a tiger. And then Rook comes, sees what's happening, and kills her brother with a spear, as you can see here. And from there, she wakes up, because the village is in danger. They are getting attacked by these bandits. They want the tiger for, selfish reasons. There's a bounty on her. And they need to escape again. And then somehow, because he is very wounded, the tiger, she's hit by an arrow, because he saves Rook from certain death. And then apparently, I'm not entirely sure, she dies. And then, like I said here, there's a lot of emotions going on. There's a very heartfelt scenes. And then the queen is, getting transformed to the other side, where she meets her brother. And basically, somehow, she gets healed, and then she's meeting with Rook again. It's great. Like I said, I love the visuals. It's very slow paced, by the way. It's a slow burn, but also there's enough in it to, things that happening. Some like action scenes here. You see the village being invaded by the bandits here. And they are getting attacked. So there is a frequent scenes of dreamlike states, fantasy, betrayal, love and death, friendship, and a journey to Isola. I also love the different covers at the end. This is the original covers, and there's also some how do you say alternate covers. Looks really cool. I really love it. But you have to, you know, how do you say the like I said, it's a very slow burn. It's more like a from one place to another. That's the end goal, but that is not the journey. The journey is between the tiger and Rook, who is apparently her lover. I'm not entirely sure. Well, I do know what's going on in the second volume, but I'm not gonna spoil that. But it's here very it's very apparent that they have a certain special relationship that's probably more than friends. And yeah, there's a lot of emotions flaring up. And Rook is not very a good soldier, in my opinion. And with good, that I mean that she is not good in fighting or in protecting the her queen, but more like her emotions is flaring constantly up because she's concerned and she wants to, protect Olwen from certain death. And they're going into some special scenes that they're putting them in danger. And yeah, she is constantly on guard. So they are basically the whole time they are in danger, and that's drives the story forward. So that's good. And like I said, the visuals, it's beautiful. The colors are beautiful. I would say definitely pick this up if you like something different. Yeah, recommend. Absolute. I'm going to talk about ISOLA Volume 2 a little bit later in another video because there's a lot more depth and more things to uncover. So that's it for my video. Hope you like it. Share, subscribe, and like my video. And I'll see you next time.